volleyball to the edge of the country. New faces, new sights, and new energy. No matter where we go, one thing stays the same. Our love for the game. Things just got a whole lot sweeter here in the South. Polomolok, South Cotabato. Andam na ba mo? This is the PVL On Tour 2026 Showdown!
On Tour is in Polomolok, South Cotabato, a first-class municipality that is so blessed by nature. You know, originally Polomolok is named for a place that was known as hunting grounds. And therefore today, the Volleyball On Tour will be hunting for more wins. We've got two games. You'll see it on the graphic as these people will join us in just a short while. NXLED and Capital One go for more wins. And Akari later on will face Chocomucho at 6:30 in the evening. We've got all smiles there, and it looks like they're happy to see people play volleyball today.
Oh, I bet they are, of course. It's not often that, these volleyball celebrities get to go around and play in different venues. So kung ako din yun, no, I'll really be so excited.
Polomolok is a place known for its pineapples, its rice, its harvest. They say that anything will just grow there in this blessed land. So as we said, NXLED goes up against Galleries. Galleries would like to have another win. So does NXLED, although they are 1-1. And later on in the evening, we will find these two teams battling against each other. Chocomucho will go up against the Akari Chargers. So that's a great pair of games wherever you're catching us today. Hello, Sam Sarmenta here, together with Andrew Mulio Kanda. And always when it goes out of town, a sporting event attracts everybody. And the schedule changes for everybody. Lahat pupunta sa venue, ano ha? And we will now recap the On Tour so far. First, in Ilagan City. Pasadahan mo ito, Ann. Ito yung mga results natin.
Oh, we kicked off last July 8, and it was, really exciting matches. Zeus Coffee defeating Akari, Creamline defeating NXLED. Nung July 11 naman, we went to Batangas City, and this is where Galeries Tower defeated Farm Fresh. Zeus Coffee defeated Chocomucho.
Yes, absolutely. And Ilocos Sur, umakyat naman. Talagang nilalagari ang Pilipinas. On July 25, NXLED defeated Capital One. PLDT won against Chocomucho. So, many players to talk about here, and of course, the focus of our attention will be some of the bright stars that make our game spectacular. Myla Pablo, of course, has moved around the league, and she has found a home here in the NXLED Chameleon camp.
Well, she's usually playing a supplementary role, filling in for Van Sickle. But in her absence, Pablo, of course, continues to shine. 28 points. She is tied for first together with Chocomucho's Caitlin Viray. I think expectations are high, for Pablo to really lead NXLED in scoring.
Veterans always reliable, especially when the games become so tight. Jel Cayuna, she was so disappointed when her former team had to break away for various reasons. But Jel is an easy player to blend with, and as setter, she does excellently with those number of sets against Capital One.
17 excellent sets, always an impressive performance. Ito yung mga playmaking na hinahanap natin, and we expect Cayuna to deliver for NXLED.
Ang dami niyang spiker na pupuntahan, so it's just a matter of getting that first ball to gel, and things will be in a good place. I did this game, Galleries against Farm Fresh, and this woman, Erica Deloria, just exploded. She had a total of 24 big points against Farm Fresh in a win that they captured in 4 sets.
A really, really impressive performance. She was one of the factors to really snap that 17-game losing streak for the squad.
ito yung losing streak nila on tour.
On tour, yes.
Hindi sila manalo-nalo pagka bumabiyahe ang koponan nito. Of course, isang nakakatrabaho din natin, si Julia Coronel, did a good job of spreading the butter on that day against Farm Fresh. Look at what she did in that performance.
Hindi lang excellent sets, also with some contribution in points, 4 points in that match against Farm Fresh.
And when Julia Coronel is in the middle, matangkad na setter ito, so advantage ito. They can get that ball to her. She will most likely spread it nicely to all her spikers. This woman we will be talking to in a short while, but we're getting ahead of the story. And as we continue to report to you from Polomolok in South Cotabato, we will now tell you that this woman who opened the show earlier ay hindi ho kandidata ng Binibining Pilipinas yan. Yan po ay si Jana Ejido, and she will report to you when we return.
Hapon, PVL fans from Ilagan to Batangas to Ilocos Sur. And now PVL on tour makes its much-awaited stop right here in the pineapple capital of South Cotabato, Polomolok. And while the fans are waiting to see some volleyball action get going here inside the Polomolok Gymnasium, I have with me Jonah Sobetes, Chameleon of the NXLED Chameleons. Jonah, kumusta ang naging welcome ng Polomolok sa NXLED?
Actually, pagka yung minduta dre sa lugar, no, kay karang welcome jo kaya sa tanan ba. Wala order pili sila na tanan jud na idols nila na kanang welcome jud kayo.
And of course, third game na karon sa NXLED diri sa PVL on tour. What makes this tournament special man jud for the team?
Karib itong tour, no, nindot ni siya for a chance para sa makita ng tanan na ilang mga idol sa volleyball jud.
Thank you very much, Jonah. Good luck later. And while we're making our stop here in Mindanao, I got to speak with NXLED's Jelly Tempiatura, who actually hails from Mindanao. She tells me it's special to play here because she goes back just around the province around twice a year. So she wants to make every moment count. She also mentions just how warm the welcome was here in Polomolok, from landing in the airport to even staying nearby a pineapple plantation. Well, Jelly actually hails from Lanao del Norte, and as the PVL will be dropping by there later on in the calendar, Jelly definitely has so much to look forward to. Well, her teammate Jules Tolentino has more to share about how NXLED's PVL journey is going on here in Polomolok.
Here in Polomolok, yung pinaka-favorite ko talaga is the moment we arrived here. A lot of fans talagang nakaabang sila sa airport pa lang, and sumasalubong po talaga sila. And for our team, sobrang nag-enjoy din kami sa Flomlock Festival nila, yung may mga pageant activities. We really enjoyed that. Also the food, thank you po so much for the food. Well, actually, sobrang fulfilling niya kasi hindi lang po kami naglalaro dito, kundi nag-inspire din kami ng maraming tao. And speaking as one of the younger players in the league, hopefully makapag-inspire din kami ng mga kabataan to dream big. Hi po sa Polomolok fans. Thank you po sa warm welcome sa amin. Super nag-enjoy po kami dito, and hopefully mag-enjoy po kayo sa games today, and magkita-kita po tayo.
Truly enough, that is the essence of PVL on tour, all about inspiring so many people as we go around the entire country. Now let's flip things over. I have with me a Galeries Tower Highriser, Erica Raagas. Erica, you've been here in Polomolok since Thursday. Kumusta man ang naging welcome ng Polomolok sa gallery?
Very fun. It's been very fun. They've been very welcoming to us. Sobrang overwhelming yung food. And all the people are super nice to us here.
Of course, Galleries had a win in Batangas already. I want to know, now and here in Polomolok, what makes PVL on tour special for the team?
PVL on tour is super special because it gets players like us to explore more of the country's beautiful spots here. And we wouldn't be here if walang PVL on tour then.
Thank you very much, Erica. We hope you enjoy the game. And of course, good luck to the Galeries Tower Highrisers. And truly enough, the PVL on tour is special because for the Galeries Tower Highrisers, Erica Deloria proved to be the star in the team's previous outing in Batangas. She told me that she celebrated her performance during that game day, but after that, it's back to locking in. She adds that this mindset is something that she practices every day in order to mature with the game. While we're on tour, Erica says she loves it. She tells me na enjoy ko yung mga biyahe. As someone who loves to see new places, on tour reminds her of the many family trips she takes. While her teammate Lams Lamina, who had a stellar debut in Batangas, also shares some tidbits of how this journey for Galeries Tower Highrisers has been going so far.
Favorite experience ko was visiting Club Kalsami. Nakita ko yung pineapple plantation nila, which is sobrang malaki. Mapapawaw ka talaga. At also yung scenery napakaganda at sobrang peaceful yung atmosphere. Yun yung memorable experience ko dito sa stay ko sa Polomolok. It means a lot kasi volleyball is for everyone and everywhere, no matter where they live. Also, visiting provinces like South Cotabato give us ng opportunity to inspire young athletes, makakonect with local communities, and syempre, mas lumago pa yung sport ng volleyball. Daghang salamat, Polomolok, Cotabato. Sana nag-enjoy kayo ngayon sa game namin at kita-kits soon!
A wonderful message from Lams Lamina, all about connecting and getting to know more cultures as PVL on tour explores the entire country. Well, of course, you can join the conversation online with our Pilipinas Live question. We are asking which setter will put her team one step ahead. And you can join that by using the hashtag PVL 2026 and hashtag PVL on tour. And now we turn you over to our game announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Polomolok Gymnasium, Polomolok, South Cotabato, this is the PVL on Tour 2026. This is match number 9 between the NXLED Chameleons and the Galeries Tower Highrisers. And now let's meet our officials for this match. Our first referee, Erlindo Eusebio, national referee. The second referee is Joven Racelis, national referee. First, for the NXLED Chameleons. Outside spiker from the University of Santo Tomas, number 3, EJ Laure Carino. Opposite hitter from the National University, number 8, Myla Pablo. Middle blocker also from NU, number 11, Jackie Acuna. Middle blocker from Juniata College, number 13, MJ Phillips. Outside spiker from Bulacan State University, number 20, Jonas Sabete Escamillan. Center from the Far Eastern University, number 22, Chel Cayuna. Starting the barrel from Adamson University, number 24, Jelly Tempiatura. And the head coach for NXLED is Ettore Guidetti. And now the starters for the Galeries Tower Highrisers. Center from De La Salle University, number 5, team captain Julia Coronel. Outside spiker from Jose Rizal University, number 4, Shola Alvarez. Opposite hitter from the University of Santo Tomas, number 8, Isa Maizo Montillas. Middle blocker from the Far Eastern University, number 10, Jean Aziz. Middle blocker from the University of the East, number 12, Rosel Baliton. Outside spiker from Andoran College, number 17, Erica Deloria. Starting the barrel from USD, number 7, Love Barbon. And the head coach for Galeries Tower is Clarence Aying Esteban. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. This is NXLED versus Galeries Tower. This is the PVL on tour. The PVL, the heart of volleyball.
Interesting lineups. Some college stars that we've known for a long, long time. Some of them, their names change and they get married, but that doesn't change their skills. I believe when they get married, they're even better.
Inspired.
No, really. So many athletes, after giving birth, do become better. The bodies change, the bodies mature. Alvarez, Deloria, Coronel, and the rest, the starters were Galeries. Galeries had a very smooth operation against Farm Fresh in that win against the Farm Fresh Foxes in Batangas. As we get underway, however, the first serve is a service mistake. And as usual, the setters are the first servers rather. First attack, very cleanly hit. Myla Pablo establishing herself quickly on. We're tied at 1.
Pablo, of course, a very seasoned player. Really good showing here in the on tour.
Ito, nagbago pangalan ang ating ninja, si Jonas Sabete. Meron na siyang last name na mahaba ngayon.
Pang ano yan para daw ma-exercise tayo ng konti.
Yes.
Mahaba yung pangalan.
The Samurai Woman. The score stands at 2-1. NXLED scoring its second point. And Jonah will serve anew. Jonah also hails from Escalante, Negros Occidental. Same place where James Yap, the basketball player, comes from. In the meantime, here comes the set by Julia. And this one is on the floor on a very simple tap.
Their passing is good. There are a lot of options.
And Baliton just simply tapped it over. Shola will be serving. Cayuna sets. This is off the blockers. No problem that time. And the woman formerly known as EJ Laura. EJ, no? Siya si EJ.
Yes.
Kuminsan lilito ako dyan sa dalawang magkapatid. Kuminsan magkamukha sila eh. In the meantime, MJ Phillips with the serve. Naku, lapit sa net. Cayuna reverses. Blocked, but in play, and it's dead in the water.
Yeah, I love how both teams are starting off this match, making sure they keep in step. Walang pabagal-bagal muna, no? You don't want to start off slow.
And Rosel Baliton will be serving. Rosel, of course, played for the University of the East. And this serve goes astray. That'll be the 3rd point of NXLED. Pablo will be serving.
Through the block. There's found that small space to get that ball through.
In the meantime, the attack. We're tied at 4.
Sadly, that
Parang ang
net
bilis,
infraction.
parang ang bilis, walang long rally so far, no? Ha?
Oo, lahat talaga. Both teams are determined to kill or to get that point right away.
Which favors the players kasi hindi
Yung
expending
pagod
so,
din,
di ba? As you've always said, ano, pag mahaba rally, medyo napapagod yung players. They get tired. They run out of breath, actually. Tao lang. In the meantime, kahit na condition the athletes. And that's on the floor. And Galleries gets that point.
These well-placed shots are working for Galleries. Hindi pa dinadaan masyado sa power. Ano? They really are choosing zones on the other side.
Ang nadala ni Aying Clarence Esteban sa kanilang team, sama confidence in their system. Hindi yung nanguhula sila kung saan sila pupunta. In the meantime, what's the call? Players asking for a check. Do we have an early challenge? Yes, we do.
They were very quick to say that there was a touch.
And we shall find out if that challenge will be successful or not.
The way both teams have been playing, palitan ng puntos. Ano? I think calling this challenge is very important because gusto mo halos pantay-pantay lang kayo.
Parang sabayan tayo every step of the way. So, alam mo, may unique challenges ang out-of-town games. Ha? Masayang mag-travel, but there's also stress, accommodations, eating, activities, and training. In the meantime, how does this go? Wala. No.
No touch there.
Of course, the coach of NXLED is Ettore Guidetti. He has coached in Italy, Romania, in Poland, in Sweden. He was the former national coach of Sweden, the women's team, and they went up to as high as 5th place in the European Championships. When he was starting in the Philippines, he was trying to get used to the team and its losses, sabi nga ng isang article sa spin.ph. In the meantime, referee Erlindo says his mistake. He blew his whistle, and that play, we will replay it. Galleries is leading 6-5. Cayuna sets the quick. Kept in play nonetheless. Cayuna recycles. Reverse to the other. Whoa! Off the block. That'll work nicely.
Again, here in the on-tour, the libero is actually allowed to sit within the attack line. Even if the attacker hits it above the net, that is allowed.
And of course, we do have the premier ball here, which can be used one per set, but cannot be used to win the set. Now, also another interesting aspect of this on tour, because it's exposure, everybody is supposed to be playing, and every player must play at least 3 rallies.
And, you know, that adds to the good strategizing needed, no, by the coaches. Kasi yung match-up, pag-aaralan mo din yan. Because both teams need to play all. You have to make sure it will be a good matchup.
Absolutely. In the meantime, that's MJ Phillips making that connection. NXLED with a slight lead. That's blocked, but out. And we will take a break for the technical timeout. When we return, action picks up from Polomolok as the PVL continues to roll on tour.
NXLED is up by 2 against the Galeries Tower Highrisers as we make our Polomolok stop here at PVL on tour. Well, as we do that, I spoke to a lot of our Mindanaoan players and they felt so excited seeing that Polomolok stop on the calendar. One of them is Galeries Tower's very own Davawanya Highriser, Laika Ebon, who tells me in Bisaya, "Karon, nagdala ko busa ka batalyon." And true enough, Laika did bring a whole battalion inside the Polomolok gym. Her loved ones made the long trip from Davao to South Cotabato in order to support her. Armed with balloons and banners, Laika tells me she's so glad to see her dearest family and friends in the stands today. Moments like these truly make PVL on tour special, don't they, Sabanan?
Dagang salamat, Jana Ejido, 8-6 ang score. And yes, indeed, coming back to your hometown is something special, and we've observed that every time we visit the different cities throughout the country. Later on, player from Makati, Tiamson, who played for LaSalle, is also going home. She is from Polomolok. In the meantime, here we go. Jean Assis will be serving after Galleries got its 7th point. That's blocked.
Good net defense from Galleries.
Actually, that's one of their strengths. They do have a tall lineup, so they're not afraid to use and stretch the limits of that defense on that net. Watch this. Sabete gets foiled there. We're tied at 8, first set action. Jonah gets blocked and it stays inside for a point. 3 straight points now scored by the Highrisers.
You know, the trend continues. We haven't seen much long rallies.
Yes.
Most of these teams get it on the 3rd touch.
Parang tapos ka agad, patay agad.
Oo,
eh. Overpass, kept in play. They'll call it as a catch and throw or a net touch. And Galleries now scoring 4 straight. Look at Coach Gitetti.
Clearly unhappy.
His family is a family of volleyball coaches. His father and a brother are all into the sport. In the meantime, that long run comes to an end. And finally, NXLED scores its 9th point.
So far, not a lot of errors we're seeing, but on the part of Galleries, it has been 2 service errors already here in this set.
Yes. So Jel Cayuna will be serving the very excellent setter. Off some hands.
Ooh.
And they cannot lift it up. It is 11-9 now. Alam mo, nahalata ko, wala pang bola si Aiza Maiso dito. Ha?
Oo, wala pa nga.
Wala pa. As she now swings over to her favorite position on that side of the net, depending on where you're looking to be left or the right. But she's in a good place there. And, however, as they sort that out, Campfire, as that was drilled into an open space, 10th point of the Chameleons. Good swing by Sabete. Lambot ng bola nang dumating kay Jel Cayuna.
Oh, very important. The way you slow down a ball, the way you deliver it in such a way na wala siyang puwersa.
Saka pa-side pa siya, ha? Nag-create siya ng center platform niya. In the meantime, oh!
That was a close one, but they do get that point.
Dikit eh.
Or not. Oh, I think not, no? That one is out.
Declared outside. Referee Arlindo on your screen. So, Jonas Sabete still a short.
Ooh. Sayang, ano?
Look at that. in the expression of the Italian.
I think it's because you don't want to throw away.
No, not this close. When
Oo,
yung ganitong dikit na first set na ayaw magbigaya ng long rally.
Oo, tsaka I think the goal here for both teams is to be able to create that separation.
Yes, good point, yeah. And that is not returned. Carino knocking that in. After calling her Lauri for a very long time, we gotta get used to calling her a Carino now. That tackles the net, but it crawls over. The spike punches through. And si Deloria gets her first point, actually.
We talked about her on top of the coverage. Of course, one of the good additions to Galleries.
24 points in that win against Farm Fresh. Nice swing to the other side. And it's Myla Pablo making that connection.
Good distribution so far here on the side of NXLED.
I agree. They're not just concentrating on one attacker. They're feeding everybody. Binubusog lahat, ano ha?
Oh, and you see Kayuna really make that effort na lahat ng area niya sa harap ng net, ano? Merong set na nakukuha.
We have Fernandez seeing action for the first time coming off the bench of NXLED. (13-all). Close and tight. First set from the pipe. Kept in play. Tough swing, tough angle to work with that time for Carino. This one alive. It's a set from the libero. Cut shot, return. First long rally, Ann.
Oh, not getting through.
Sino ang pipikit? Error ba ang magde-decide nito o atake?
Oof. One of the longer rallies.
Yeah.
Fortunately for NXLED.
Sa kanila na.
Sa kanila, oo.
Pero nakakapagod sa player yan, no? Ano? Ball. Pinitik lang. Si Jel Cayuna yata nakapitik.
Sayang actually because papunta na yung libero but kabanggan. It's a classic case of communication also.
Kasi pag umaandar yung rally, ang
bilis bilis lahat yan eh.
Kailangan instinctive yung actions eh. The meantime, they're sorting out position. Our second referee Racelis, they actually inquired whether they were in the right position.
Now checking the
Position.
positions. Hindi naman bawal magtanong talaga. So you can always clarify that.
Kasi pag hindi ka nagtanong tapos nag-violate ka, pipituhan ka.
Sayang ang puntos.
You don't want to give away a free point. Clarence Esteban used to coach the boys team of UST, and he also became a head coach of Akari. And he's had experience, and I'm as old to remember that I covered him in the early years of the Spikers turf when sila ni Dante Elinsunod were players pa. That's how old I am. In the meantime, back to Polomolok's action. From the middle we go. Oh! Clean hit. Fernandez.
Really good distribution. Again, we go back to that. Everyone getting into the action here on the side of NXLED. And I guess when they find the opportunity, pag maganda yung pasa, talagang you can really activate the middle.
Absolutely. In the meantime, Tolentino off her serve. This strike in play. Here comes a reverse by Julia Coronel. Set the dive, and it dies in the water. Pontillas getting that to bite, and the lead is slashed down to 1. Some changes being made.
Ebon coming in.
Yeah, yung taga rito, si Laika Ebon.
Tama-tama yung family niya, no? Nandyan.
yung Ebon family, halin sa Davao. Nandyan sila. May mga banner. Siguro si Laika, huwag naman masyado. I'm good. I'm happy.
Sabi ng parents, indulge us.
Ayun
diba?
naman.
Oo.
Minsan-minsan ka lang makita. Proud naman kami sa imo. And the meantime, we're tied at 15. Mangulabnan will be serving. Pick up by Laure. And in the meantime, it's in the air. EJ, pasensya ka na. Magsasanay akong Carino ka. In the meantime, pushed high. Quick!
Oh,
Uy, buhay pa, oh.
they dig.
Carino. Toss high. Reverse. Got it. Fernandez scoring twice now, coming off the bench. And we will break for the second technical timeout at 16:15. And you can imagine what Coach Guidetti is telling his team in this close and tight first set. Look, Diyos ko, Timo, Choco Mucho Bayan. Aga pa lang, andito na sa venue.
Para makapwesto na at makaready na.
Yug itong venue na ito, ma'am. Like Ebon, as we had mentioned, her family joining her from Davao, of course. Daming player natin who have come from these parts. In the meantime, here goes Carino. She will be serving right now. Her team in front slightly, 16-15. Who will take this first set? Big question. Here comes the set. And that attack will work that time. Big connection by Laika Ebon. Ayun, nagdidiwan ang mga Ebon.
Oo, sabi nila, buti na lang may dala tayong banner.
Oo. Sasabihin ni Laika, bahala siya sa buhay niya. Basta tayo masaya. Deloria will serve.
Good reception on the side of NXLED. I think, that's one of the things that really allows them to have strong offense in today's game. Yung kanilang depensa, yung reception nila, nadadala talaga sa setter.
They seem to be confident in getting the ball to their playmaker. Here comes Acuna. She will be serving. Nice set. Blocked, however. The gentle push. We have a battle at the net. And the win by Galeries. Assis taking care of matters there. Jean Assis, who played for FEU.
She was in the better position, really facing the net.
We're tied at 17. Ooh.
This is the problem, though, for Galeries. Third, I believe, for this set.
Sayang no? Hindi maka-initiate ng play as Cayuna and Pablo return. They want to finish this set. Brought back the big guns. Not that Fernandez was not a big gun herself. She contributed 2 points coming off that NXLED bench. Here comes Cayuna serve. Deep into the heart of the floor. And too hot to handle. Baliton getting that to go. We are knotted at 18. Coronel and Puntillas return, and it's Galeries' version of trying to close the set in their favor. Taon na natin nakikita si Aiza sa pwesto na yan.
Pero walang kupas, no?
Wala, no?
Talagang we see her through the years just really build on experience.
Nasabi sa akin ni Phil Kailet, magkaharap sila dyan. Ay, gumugulong ako dyan sa harap ng babaeng yan.
Pero yun talaga idol kasi talagang ilang taon na natin siya kino-cover but
yep.
really walang kupas.
And let's see this last play. That goes through the block, ha? Alam mo, ang gusto ko kay Jonas Sabete, ang likot ng kamay niya pag lumilipad yan. Dami niyang nagagawang paraan para umiscore.
It really helps na may hang time din siya.
That's also true. And we have the former Ateneo player, De Guzman, on the floor. That's Lian De Guzman. Here's a set. Hinabol. Tinaas. Kinat. Pontillas. Coronel sets this up. Oh, you're right about the floor defense of NXLED. Huh? They're stonewall and tight. The back. Malakas.
She had the right thing in mind. That was actually the perfect angle to go for.
Paborito niya yun. Eh?
Oo.
20, 18, tila hihingi ng timeout si Clarence Esteban.
Huwag niyo pabagalin. Huwag kayong mag-ingat. Kasi nag-iingat na tayo. Okay, ngayon, dahil bumabagal yung setting natin, nakakapwesto ng maganda yung blocker natin. Ayun naman, yung disiplina naman natin sa block. Ang usapan natin doon, steady lang. Kung ba, block talaga. Okay, doon tayo nawawala eh. Tumatapon at tumatapon. Sinabi nga na, pag si Sabete ang papalo, mabilis pumalo, penetrate. Kanya nyo lang siya pumalo sa kamay niyo. Kaya kung hindi kayo tinamaan, yan yung depensa. Kaya nakatip ko. Salita kayo, spikers. Salita kayo. Humingi kayo, spikers. Humingi kayo.
Okay. Warning sa inyo, 5 sets ito, no, ha? Kasi andito ako, si Noel Zarate, ang barker, si referee Arlindo, ang referee.
Great combo.
Medyo minawarningan ko na kayo na 5 sets po ang expected sa battle na ito. In the meantime, 2018, NXLED by 2. This is kept in play. Coronel with the set.
Ooh, not getting through.
Ayaw bumutas, ano? Dito tayo. Oh! Ako, master. I will say this as a compliment. Master ng lola mo yan. Di ba? The way she slams it against the block, na-out yung block. Ay, sus.
You know, look at the angle. It's very intentional, no?
Yes.
For Pontillas. Alam mo, pinakamalaking lead na nakita natin here in this set, I think, is around 2 points.
Yes.
That has been the story of set number 1. But again, I think for Galleries, one of the things that they need to avoid is really service errors.
Dami, no? Parang apat na.
Sayang, ano? Gusto mong pantayan itong NXLED, pero kung ibibigay mo lang.
Yun yung point na sinasabi mo ng official. Yung gusto ng both sides, sabay tayo, walang ihiwalay. And now, Pontilia is trying to get some action going. Knocks in their 20th point.
Si Kayuna calming down everyone. Isang puntos lang naman ang kailangan.
Alam mo, laki ng advantage talaga ni Julia Coronel sa tangkad niya, sa laki pala ng kamay niya, no? 21-20 ang ating bilang. Close and tight here, first set. Reverse set. Ooh, too hot, too hot.
And I think for NXLED, no, at least here in this game, nagiging advantage kung receiving or on the receiving end sila because they are able to set up. Kayuna is able to really create these plays. Nakakapili saan ko pa ito
Good
bibigay.
point, yeah. Parang buffet no? Talagang kahit saan ka pumunta. Oh! Sus! Blocked and scored upon. And it's a 3-point lead. Making some big strides towards the end of this first set.
Sakto, Kayuna. Perfect timing on that block.
Let's listen in.
Over lang tayo, ma. Malayo pa, kaya natin mabuli yan. Yes! Wala natin ng ano. Yung receive natin, stick masyado. Yung naka-loose, stick masyado. masyado, hindi buwatin lang, galing lang. Yan nila itaas yung ulo. Then, hingi lang ng hingi. Okay?
Let's go!
Engine.
Let's go! Hey, Galeries!
Alam mo, malalim yung sinasabi ni Clarence na yun. Yung ang tigas ng reception natin. Parang yung sinasabi mo, parang hindi malambot dumarating sa setter yung bola. No? Parang ang pasa is too straight, too strong.
I think ayaw mong kontrahin yung force ng serve. Ayaw mong kailangan niya ina-absorb. And I think, on the flip side for NXLED, yun yung nagagawa nila.
Yes.
They're able to absorb, they're able to slow things down.
Oh, this is a good set by Coronel as Galeries responded to Clarence Esteban's urging to slow down the ball, get the ball properly to Julia. And now it's still close and tied at 23-21.
Well, it is only 2 points. I think if there's one thing we've proven dito sa game na to, ang bilis humabol.
We are at the doorstep of the end of this first set. Huli, catch and throw yata. Catch and throw ang tawag.
Because it stayed in her hand for too long. But they are saying na hindi daw. But of course, final call from our officials.
Sabi ni Coach Guidetti, time out! Huwag na natin aangal yun.
Short, open, go back. You, nice, ready. Hey, when we say that probably they're gonna spike back, it's not that you have to leave the first tempo, eh? It's not that she's dead. She's alive. She plays. Here we go, side down now, eh? Side down, go!
Alam mo, lumang term na rin yan, pero still in vogue when you say side out. In the olden days, you could only score when you were serving, and that's why teams would say, side out tayo. So there's still an urging, because if they get the serve back, they could serve for the set. But in the meantime, the veteran is with the serve. Straight into the middle. Long set. Wow, that'll work. Leon de Guzman finds a way to bring them to set point.
NXLED is now at set point. Surveying for the set, Leon de Guzman.
2 set points to spare, but they want to end it right here, right now. But no, 1 set point saved. Boy, very gutsy stand. You know, Asis is a tall player as well.
Look at that power she put into that running attack. You know, pag running attack, you can't leave space in between you and the net, no,
That's
for
a
the
good
blockers.
point. Yeah, because it creates the opportunity for the attacker with the run. It's the turn. It's a timeout again.
Position, you have one block, keep the line. Okay, guys, watch out, jump serve. She can miss the ball can arrive in 3-6. Ready 12, ready to cover. Here we go, oh!
Well, NXLED calling back-to-back timeouts here, trying to calm down the troops as they try to close down and pocket this first set here. To continue with the PVL on tour from Polomolok, South Cotabato, Sarmenta, and Remulla Kanda and Jana Ejido, your team for this first game. Later on, we'll have one more game. Chocomucho will play Akari. In the meantime, chance to equalize. Hule. Recycled. Hule. And we're done.
Net defense working for NXLED.
And this first set is part of the history of the PVL on tour, taken now by the Chameleons with a count of 25-23. We'll have more volleyball from Polomolok after this. First set in 34 minutes was initially a slow dance, a slow drag, and then suddenly the action picked up and teams began to lead by more than 2. And in set number 1, there were some big moments as they both sides played more defensively than anything else.
Oh, definitely, but for set number 1, I think it worked more in favor of NXLED. They would have an answer each time. But you know, I think on the part of Galleries, just the lapses we saw was mostly at the service line. But because if you're talking about their offense, it is there. They are able to challenge NXLED. So a little bit of cleanup probably needed going into set number 2. But I think ultimately what we saw in set number 1, talagang parehong kuponan natin as we look at our stats for the first set. It's very close. And this was the point I was getting to. It really is a good matchup. The numbers show that for us in terms of attacks, blockings, maging dun sa opponent errors. So if Galleries may have given up a few errors at the service line, sa ibang department naman itong errors ng NXLED. So what would be interesting is how both teams would try to be ahead of the other dito sa set number 2 dahil talagang halos pantay lang sila sa lahat.
Maayong hapon sa mga nagatanaw sa aton volleyball dira sa Gwa sa labas ng ating Polomolok Gymnasium via our big screen. Dagang salamat sa inyong pagpunta. Bagamat hindi lahat makakapasok, the fact na nandyan kayo ay mabuhay at dagang salamat. Second set is underway, and again, we'll see if, I'm sure everybody will get to play here. That's the rule of the PVL on tour. That's also, as Ann pointed out, a challenge for the coaches, because normally you rely on 6 to about 9 players in a given game to be able to score the win, because you're after chemistry and to be able to have some kind of coordination and getting used to each other. Let's see. Referee sorting out the positions. Is everybody accounted for? So, and we'll go through the new faces as we sail along here in set number 2. Ebon already scored earlier. So Julia Coronel will continue to serve. And, she's just like the typical cut that Ramil De Jesus really likes
Yung prototype
from LaSalle. Right? If you put Thea Gagate, probably, and Julia Coronel, you'd probably have twins or triplets all together. In the meantime, NXLED takes the first point of the second. And Sabete will be serving.
Ito rin, we have to get used to
yes.
calling her Escamillan.
Her new married name.
Escamillan. Sabete
Jonas
Escamillan.
Sabete Escamillan. When you got married, I'm still up to today not gotten used to your married name. Your husband will hate me probably for this, but tagal na Remulla. Anyway, that won't change. Anong problema nito si Referee Erlindo? Game na! Pito na!
Ayan na.
Ayan na, sumasunod.
Sabi niya, eto na.
Masuno rin naman pala. In the meantime.
The passing bitin sa setter.
Short, no?
Short
Ganda ng twisting set ni Jel Cayuna, no? Kala mo hindi aabot Pero tikit siya sa net. Tingnan mo, tikit Net touch. Yep, net touch. Permantilla, happy with that development. We are tied together at 1. Okay. Galleries will have Jade Hentapa. What is the whistle for?
I think wala pang official...
At saka hindi pa ayos yung antena.
Gotta repeat that serve.
Referee Erlindo says, serve again, please. Ooh, makikalakasan. Free ball given up. The attack will work.
Better passing. Coronel able to set up Baliton.
And Baliton, who got us off scoring early on, has another point. And Galleries with a slight lead, 2-1, as Jantapa will continue to serve. Ooh, quick. Is still alive. MJ said, is it still in play? She just wanted to make sure. And finally, the point ended. It's 2-all here in the second.
I love though how she didn't take her eyes off the ball.
Yes, actually.
Dapat ganun talaga. Hanggat pumito yung ating referee.
Here's a combination play that finds a way to be delivered by Galleries. Rosel Baliton serving. Her team currently in front by 1. Into the front part of the end line. It finds a way to be scored upon. We're tied at 3. Here's Myla Pablo. Serving way back. It taps the net, but we're in play. Back row. Gets it. It's a tough catch. The first, Permentilla had a problem, or rather, yes, Permentilla had a problem with it first. And we are at 4-3 Galleries. Ebon. The Davawenya. Alam ko may schedule pa tayo sa Lanao eh. May isa pang game. In the meantime, Permentilla nowhere to go there.
This rotation has been a struggle
Yes.
for NXLED. Passing has been short. They're unable to get their attacks through.
And Permentilla will have to sit down for the time being. The rule is everybody plays. Every player must play at least 3 rallies. I'm sure somebody's keeping count. Madali naman matansya yan.
Yeah.
Madali naman matansya yan. Even without seriously counting. That serve, however, goes long. Ito yung sinasabi mo, anong first set. Ang daming service mistakes
I think at 4.
Galleries ngayon, plus 1 more. So a total of about 5 miscues on the serves. Like giving freebies to the other side. Here's a clarification on who serves.
Also, the way Galleries should start this second set, knowing they dropped the first, they have to create that separation. Kasi dun sila nahirapan kanina. Nadikit lang ang kanilang puntos against NXLED.
Long, deep spike into the back row, no problem. Counter, it's almost the same type. This one into an open corner.
Really strong attacking we're seeing from Galleries here in this set.
Deloria really has a wicked, lethal offensive hand. 6-4 count.
Even the serve.
Yes, quite deep. This is playable. Coronel has to hustle. They toss it over. Kept in play. Cayuna sets. Off the block and too far to reach. Sa screen, when you're watching it, you think, kaya pa yan. Pero in reality, ang layo na. Ang layo na. Floor defense. The reverse set. Back row at work. Cayuna says, let's attack. Hinabol. Slow down, Cayuna. MJ. Handled well by the defense. Back row. And that's out of reach. Jaden Tapa taking care of business there.
Galleries trying to take care of this lead. I mean, no lead is safe. Nakita natin in the first set, 2 points, 3 points. You need to create a bigger gap.
7-5. push. Inabot ni Carino. Tinaas. Blocked. Here comes the set for the pipe. Is it in or out? Looks out. It's out. Masama intention ni Delore. Gusto niya ibaon doon sa kantong butas eh. Oh.
Well, usually kasi if you target the perimeter of the court, mas may chance na wala ng depensa. Kaya lang, risky also. No?
Oh, kasi uma-attack, sumasalubong moving forward yung defense. In the meantime, that spike too hot to handle. We are now tied at 7. There was a lead of as much as 7-5, but as Ann pointed out, no lead has been safe in the course of this battle. First set, if you're just joining us, going the way of NXLED 25-23. Here comes this serve at 7-all. Coronel, Cayuna, pushed high. That's inside.
Oh, wow. I love how that attack wasn't forced. Kinuha lang talaga sa taas.
Exactly. And 3 straight points by NXLED, giving us our first technical timeout.
Everybody is having such a great time here in Polomolok. And not only our players are enjoying it, but so do our Polomolok beauty queens who reflect the beauty of this municipality and how beautiful they've been welcoming the heart of volleyball here in South Cotabato. But you know who else are enjoying Polomolok right now? Well, our coaches. I was able to speak to NXLED's assistant coach, Billy Anima, who hails from Kinabawan City, who says that this visit is memorable because it's his first game as a coach here in Mindanao. While he's played here as a player before, he says doing so now as a coach is so different, taking experience into consideration. Coach Billy says, and I quote, "It feels like home," especially so as he has family, friends watching in the venue as well. With how good of a time the NXLED Chameleons have been having here in Polomolok, Coach Billy relishes in how this experience is just enjoying the PVL on tour journey.
Alam ko na dyan na ihilo ang susunod ng trabaho. Either Miss Asia, Binibining Pilipinas, your maid girl, you'll...
Sabi ni Jana, just you wait.
Yan ang mga babae natin. Akala mo malalaki si Kyla. Akala mo ang tatangkad, ano? Pero, ayan, dinadaan sa sapatos, di ba? 9-8 ang ating score. In the meantime, this is still close and tight. The tap. Ganda nun day. Picked up by Tempeteran. Ito, slow down ng konti. Atake, reverse, huli ka.
Ooh, sayang. No coverage for Galeries.
Alam mo, marunong gumawa ng puntos yung NXLED pag separation, ano? Kailangan sense ng Galeries yun pag humihiwalay ka agad yung NXLED. Huwag bibigyan ng chance itong mga ito. Kasi killer itong mga babaeng ito. Sila Jonah, sila Myla Pablo, MJ Phillips. They know how to create that lead. Ang babaeng ninja, ang samurai. Oh, ganda. Down the line.
Excellent target. Sabi niya, you were saying, Sir Sev, ito ba? But yun talaga yung dapat, ano? They get 2 points, bawiin nyo agad sa isa. You don't want to dig a deeper hole.
Kung pababayaan yung NXLED gumawa ng 4-point lead, 5-point lead, ganda ng swing. Ang galing ni Jeremy spread.
That's what they need to do. You have to keep the blockers of Galeries guessing. Kanino ba ibibigay ni Jelito?
Sure.
At mapapagod din yung blockers kasi makikita mo hahabol yan left and right.
Tsaka kita mo si Jel pag next set, yung expression niya hindi nagbabago. Whether quick siya o long o short o sibat, ganun pa rin ang diskarte niya. Here comes MJ Phillips. Ogunsanya came in earlier. Si Ogunsanya naman ay taga Iloilo naman. 11-10 ang ating bilang. This attack, playable. Here's Coronel. Oh, well done. Is it in? Yes, it is. It's Deloria.
You know, they scored a point once down the line. Bakit hindi nga naman ulitin?
Si Deloria hindi katangkaran ha. Para siya nung molde ng mga Cici Rondina type at Bernadette Pons. Yung mga matataas lumundag pero ang lilikot ng kamay. 11 all ang ating bilang. Actually, nung nakuha ng NXLED yung person, hindi naman ganun kalaki yung lamang nila eh.
Oh, hindi rin nga. It was close actually.
Yeah.
No? Throughout the set. One of the few times we are seeing a reception error from NXLED. At least here in this match.
And Victoria will continue to serve. That's 3 straight points. Courtesy of the Highrisers. Oh, very rare passing error. 12-11, lead changing hands here after a 2-point lead earlier. Oh, brush against the block. That will work. We're tied at 12.
Napakabilis bumawi.
Sobra. I see some subs running along the sideline for NXLED. We'll check on who they are. Fernandez comes back in as well as Tolentino. Fernandez scored 2 points in that opening set.
Tolentino also a very tall setter.
Yes. And Tolentino talked to you at the top of this telecast and how much she enjoyed this trip to Polomalok. Oh!
Wow.
Gianassis with a little blow down the middle that found nobody there. Check this out again.
Love the connection.
Ooh.
And Asis finding that space between Fernandez and Ogunsunya.
Kita mo yung mata? Oh. Parang gusto sabihin ng mata. Oh, di ba?
Ang ganda ng pagkakaslumo nung ano.
Ganda, di ba? Ganda ko, di ba? Oh! NXLED dropping into some passing mistakes here in the second set. This will not stay down. The push to the other side. Alanganin. Yes, just too close to the net. Mangulabnan had no room to operate in. Mukhang everybody has played. Just a few more have not seen action for both camps, actually. We're tied at 13. Coach Guidetti, does he want a timeout?
Or is it about checking the rotation? I think they are checking their...
Alam mo, one day this will all be AI or computerized. Really. Di ba, no? Yung positioning. Eh, kung yung challenge na gawa natin. Diba?
That is true, no? How it really evolves through the years.
How technology has redefined the game. Sports in general, that is. Combination play. It's read well by NXLED. And this is outside. Fernandez apologizing to the bench. Her team down at this juncture 14-13. Deloria will serve again. Paano nakalusot sa mga radar ng UAAP at NCAA itong si Deloria? In the meantime, she played for Enderon. Di ba yung Enderon is a culinary school? That's what I think
Yeah.
I think that's...
I think so, yes.
Baka masarap magluto siya. Ay,
Kung ano yung kanya.
chichismis.
Maraming courses, but I think those are yun yung isa sa primary nila.
Oo, yun ang kanilang main course. Sorry. 14 all. Dikit sa net. Pero ginawa ng paraan.
Some problems here on the coverage on the side of NXLED.
Jean Ass is getting some scoring going. She's about 5 points right now. In the meantime, Galeries trying to tie up the set count. They lost the first, 25-23. That's out of reach.
Bawi. She's so happy with that point. It is a good way, to end
Their stint on the floor.
stint.
In and out silang dalawa. Myla Pablo returns.
Alam mo, hirap din yan because yung momentum,
Oo.
I mean, for the players, talagang kailangan, very steady.
Kung kailan nakabuelo ka, lalabas ka.
Oo.
Kung kailan hindi ka handa, ipapasok ka.
Oo.
Diba? Kayuna with a flick of the
Wow.
wrist. Well done. NXLED reaches the technical marker first. 16-15. Back in a moment. Okay, some interesting tweaking of our rules as we were discussing in the course of the first and second set. Ito yung ating tatlong rules.
I think we're trying to keep track. All players must play by the end of the second set. Kailangan 3 rallies, yung malalaro ng mga ipapasok. And it will be the discretion after the second set kung ano na yung mix ng kanilang roster.
Ito naman, ang libero, may limitations ang laro ng libero if you consider it FIVB basis. But here we will allow the libero to set in the front zone to attack basta within parameters. And then later we'll tell you about the premier ball which we tried out in the All-Star game in Candon just this year. Myla Pablo drills it in with a snap of a wrist and a 2-point lead now for the Chameleons.
She is in really good condition for this on-tour consistency. It's really there and pinapakita nga niya, pati blocking.
When you're in shape, you can do anything. Diba yung blocking, kuminsan you're not in shape for volleyball. Hindi ganun kataas ang talon, may masakit. 18-15 is the count here. Bertolano has been resent in. There's the attack. Back row at work. Crafty move, and she is just scoring at will.
I love the variation we're seeing from Pablo.
And here comes that separation that Galeries has to be worried about. It's time to listen in again to Clarence Esteban.
Balik lang tayo. Kung nakikita nyo kasi, nag-drop ball, drop ball. Communicate nga kanina sinasabi. Communicate kung anong ginagawa ng kalaban natin. Kailangan magsalita tayo na magsalita. Wala, nagpapakiramdaman lang tayo dun sa loob talaga na. Libero, kailangan magsalita tayo na magsalita ngayon kung anong ginagawa ng kabila. Kayo magsabi kung anong ginagawa sa atin. Para yung mga teammates na sumama. Okay? Wala sobrang tahimik natin sa loob ng court. Walang nananalo ng tahimik. Ang nananalo, masaya. Hindi ko
And this is something you will very often hear from the coaches when teams start to clam up in a volleyball game. Kasi when you're behind, you're tense. You don't know what's happening sometimes. And the leaders clam up because naiinis. So Clarence is telling them, hey, let's talk. let's get it out of our systems. Kailangan maglaro tayo ng maingay, sabi niya.
Of course, the opponents can also sense that.
Oo. Kayo.
love
Bertolano.
that.
Yeah, good angle. Kasi mahirap din maging masaya pag behind ka eh.
Totoo yan. Tapos nakikita mo na napupuntosan.
Tapos may halong, and I'm just talking human nature, sisihan. Di ba? Bakit hindi nangyayari ito? Hindi na ipapasa na maayos? Ba't ganun ang set? So, natural lang na naiinis ka pagka behind ka. Let's see if Galleries can recover here. Ebon has been sent in anew. Here's Coronel. Julia, such a good leader of this team. Problematic, but ginawa ng paraan ni Kayuna. Galing ni Jel sa one-handed set. Hinulog na luhod pa si Kayuna. Naku, kinaliwa. Sabi ni Sabete.
Sobra.
Oo.
Pero sige.
Walang kaanggulo-anggulo.
A lot of ad-libs here in this rally.
Ano na ito? Abilidad na ito. Walang set play. Ay. 4 touches na ba? Net touch. Finally ang tinawag. Look like 4 touches, but it's now 17-19. There was a 4-point lead earlier. Coronel will continue to serve. Julia serve. Carino got to it.
Oh, wow. Parang dinala ni Sabete yung kanyang bahay sa palong niya.
With
really
a
strong.
full swing and a quick apology to Deloria. And Myla asking Deloria, are you okay? Kasi alam mo, yung first sting ng malakas na palo, masakit yan. After a while, mawawala.
Oh, but we saw the wind-up of
yes.
Sabete.
Now that you mention it, and when Jonna goes full height and full swing, she's usually in a very, very excellent position to score. 3-point lead by the Chameleons. The Guzman, who's back in the game, will serve. That's not playable. And Camille Victoria brings them within 2 points.
Gets that set. Gets a point off the block.
Alam mo, yung height has just been so well distributed among the other teams, you know, because of the drafting. And you cannot say that one team has the clear advantage in height. Tingnan mo itong Galleries, ha? Ang tatangkad din ito eh.
I think, generation, no? Itong generation ng volleyball na ito, talagang ang daming blessed with height.
I remember you years back telling me na kayo matangkad na nun, pero ito iba ang tangkad nitong generation na ito eh.
So I saying, kung ngayon siguro kami naglaro, wala na kaming pupuntahan. Because really talagang
Baka libero ka.
Oo, di ba? Kasi ngayon talagang tatangkad na ng mga players. Which is really good.
You get the Fifi Sharmas, the Gagates, and all the others. Even Galleries as a collection of tall ones. Oh, that will pierce the defense.
You see that on TV, but it's different if you see them in person. Talagang makikita mo how
tall they are.
Yeah.
Camille Victoria keeping the Highrisers in the hunt. Here's an assist on the floor for the first time. Good pass. Good swing by Julia Coronel. Did she get it? Yes, she did.
The lefties, opposite spikers, getting that angle.
And Ebon putting on a show in her homecoming here in the Mindanao area. As John Ejido reported earlier, like with some family from Davao. Lalim. Kala ko out. Kayo na check the horizon.
Wow. Palalim ng palalim, no? Palapit ng palapit sa attack line para dito kay Pablo. You can only do that. Hindi lang yan sa height eh. It's really where you are trying to reach and hit the ball. And she's going for the very top.
Tsaka alam din ni kayo na si Pablo ang mainit eh. Bigay natin, sige na, umuwi na tayo, tapusin natin to, mauna na tayo sa hotel. That's foiled but kept in play. Here comes the third pass. Kayo na.
Oh, and this time, putting matters into her own hands. Nang makasama naman siya sa
Sa scoring.
Sa scoring.
Kita mo yung sidestep niya. Ha? If we see this in slow-mo, she had a beautiful sidestep. Watch this, ha? Bang.
And ito yung pino-point out mo rin kanina. The position of her body when she sits, you wouldn't be able to read right away.
I agree.
Saan ba to? Sa likod? Sa harap? Yun pala, may drop pa, no?
Saan ba pupunta to? Gandang counter. Well done.
Great play here from Galeries.
And Asis, and this is Jean Asis.
Yung gitna ng Galeries, no, very effective. They
Yes.
don't get as much, but when they do, they're able to convert points.
Ebon serve, De Guzman receiving. Carino. That's out of reach, and we are at set point.
It's a steadiness of the ladies in black that's really helping them.
I agree.
Off man yung kanilang pasa, they'll make up for it in the next touch.
Yeah, they know how to manufacture the points as Clarence Esteban wants a timeout in an attempt to slow down the other side.
Umatras ka unti, love. Dilab. Gagawin yung line. Gaan nyo yung line. Gaan nyo mamatay dun sa line. Wala lang mamatayan tayo dito sa cross. Kasi lahat ka ng palo nila, nasa cross court natin.
Coach, 1 second na kami.
Ma'am, single back.
Interesting strategic discussion between setter and head coach. Set point na po ang NXLED. They lead in the set count after taking the opener 25-23. That is in. And the Highrisers stay alive. Chintapa is back in. NXLED with a timeout.
Hey, here we go. In any way, we don't take any ace. We save the ball, okay? Ready. If the ball is good, we can play with you. Running leg back or double block in front of you. Ready. You can destroy the second line like before. Now we cover, as usual, as a team. Oh!
So far, one set point saved by Galeries. And they have the serve. Deloria will serve.
Well, the instructions on the side of NXLED, bawal ang ace. They just need to have a good pass, a good receive. And they deliver.
Yun sa mga intention ni Kayuna, no? Doon sa buta sa likod. Oh. Slow down.
Oh, what a hit.
Lutong. Kahit ano ipatong. Sakto. And De Guzman delivering a hot one there. Ganda nung set ni Kayuna as we take a look at this game-changing play brought to you by GAC. And already the Chameleons have a 2-set-to-love lead after taking the second by the same score, 25-23.
We would like to acknowledge the presence of Congressman Amina Timokoro from Lanao Norte. Thank you, ma'am, for watching the PVL here in Volleyball.
This is a place where everything they throw onto the land will probably grow. And pineapples and rice are in abundance in this place. And I'll say it out loud, Dole Philippines is, of course, this is their base. Most of the pineapple companies are here, actually, in Mindanao. So we reviewed the second set. And you were saying that Galleries could keep in step, but can't seem to score the crucial points when they need to create separation.
We see how they're trying to really create those points. Pero ang sabi nga natin, especially in the latter part of the set wherein they were playing catch-up, kulang, kinukulang pa rin talaga. And NXLED, on the other hand, just really able to keep their composure. And we were saying this, it's not a cleaner set for NXLED in set number 2. Mas nagkakaroon ng pagkakamali ang kanilang receiving, but still they're able to produce 19 attack points in that last set. Meanwhile, Galleries still at the same level, around 15 points ang kanilang naibigay. Blocking and aces is pretty much even, but I think for both teams, one of the things that they have done well, most especially for Galleries, is that they've reduced the number of errors they committed in that last set. Nawala yung kanilang mga service error na naging problema nila nung set number 1. Kinulang lang talaga sa conversion ng kanilang opensa.
19 to 15 ang diferensya now. So they may have to rethink where to go to for points. So because Myla Pablo is going bananas in this game with 11 already. And you observe very correctly, Anne, that her points were not just spikes. It was a whole mixed bag of drops, short stabs, and all kinds of attack methods that created now this 2-set lead for NXLED. So a lot of serious thinking for this squad, for Galleries, as we enter the third set. Don't forget, later on in the afternoon, our PVL Saturday on tour will feature Akari going against Choco Mucho as we continue to bring the PVL on tour to wherever you're watching us. Of course, we do not have many of the national team players in their different teams because of the call to play. They're in, where are they now? They're going to play Thailand, I think, today. In the meantime, Julia Coronel trying to stay calm despite this 2-set lead.
So much material on the side of Galleries. I think it is just a matter of really utilizing the likes of Deloria, for example, didn't get as much in the earlier set.
In the meantime, I think there's a service mistake with Tolentino bungling her serve. Galleries obtains the first point of set 3. Coronel will get Galleries going serve-wise. Tolentino tracks it down. Very sharp, and that's into the seats.
Love how itong si Pablo talaga, no? Tusok lahat ng bola. I mean, when we say tusok, short din yung kung saan naglalada. Usually sa may attack line na area.
Yung front row drop no? Front row tusok, baon sa front line. Dati naalala ko yan pagka spiking practice. Hindi mo makuha, no? Baon sa front line eh. Oh, this one is out. And NXLED will get its second point of set 3. They lead in the set count to love as the Samurai. Jonas Sabete will be serving. Ano nga yung full name niya ngayon?
Escamillan. Sabete Escamillan.
Diba? Both names, social eh.
Kaya makikita mo yung likod ng kanilang mga jersey, pag shoulder to shoulder yung
may ano na, may extension.
No, yung pangalan.
Oh! Hindi matamanin sa back row ni Rosel Baliton. At biglang 2 points ang lamang na ng kupunan ng NXLED. (3-1) ang ating bilang. 2 sets to love lead ng NXLED. Coronel with a sibat. Oh, too hot to handle.
Pablo, no? Kahit
13.
saan. Kahit saan siya dito sa net. And, I think, again, it's a combination of her being tall plus the leaping ability and the years of experience.
Yes. Timo, full swing pa eh. Tapos
swing.
pinadaan dun sa depensa, dun sa makitid na eskinita. She has now 13. This one is too long, however, and that'll be the second point of Galleries.
Serving for the Highrisers,
Back now with Shola Alvarez, who played for JRU, and she was a starter here today. Gentle toss by Pablo. Oh, well done. Neatly connected the punt. There's Deloret. I think they should go more to her, really. Kasi, alam mo, if you're on the other side and you see Deloret, hindi papalo yan. Your mind is playing tricks. Wait till she flies.
She is very efficient.
Oh, sobra. This serve. Abutin. Itataas. Blocked. Off the hands. Sabete gets to it. Tossed over. Quick set. And look at Joanna Sabete. This is the longest rally.
Oh, good coverage. Oh, and
Yes, you're right.
but an even better block there.
MJ Phillips not allowing anybody through. No access, no QR code, nothing.
Plays have been well read. The attackers, they're able to time it. Itong blockers ng NXLED. Look at that.
Huli, alam nilang parang si Delory ang pupuntahan no?
There's nowhere else.
5-3. Ooh, overpass. Blocked. Nearly kept in play, but Juliana's set got messed up there. It's 5-4 in favor of NXLED. Rosel Baliton will serve. Former UE Lady Warrior. Tulis and out. Galing ni EJ dun sa side. I think it's something they enroll in sa USD. Because Pontillas does it. EJ does it. It's a skill eh.
It is a skill.
Mahirap gawin Tapos ibabasahin mo. Sino ang mas maliit? Sino yung kaya kong... Look at this.
The smile of the players dito sa side ng NXLED, yun yung delikado, no? Because you see them already enjoying.
There. Oh, yes.
Oo, yan yung kailangan basagin itong galleries.
Kailangan i-shut up, i-shut out. At masyado na masaya yung kabila. At saka madali ang bola dun sa NXLED Kahit anong gusto nilang gawin so far, alanganin. And Acuna joins the party as we hit the first technical timeout. NXLED trying to pull away and seal the deal here in Polomolok.
NXLED Chameleons are 2 sets up against the Galeries Tower Highrisers right here in Polomolok. Sel Baliton shares just how welcoming this Polomolok visit has been, mentioning how the Polomolokeños have been so accommodating to the team. But beyond that, Sel says they make it feel like home. She's from Dipolog City, which isn't too far from here, and she adds that the environment and aura makes so much of a difference. Knowing how she has a Bisaya connection with the fans means a lot to her. As someone who's seen the highs and lows of the gallery squad herself, Sel tells me that a tournament like PVL on Tour gives the team so much hope and reason to believe, adding just how energizing their first on-tour win was in Batangas. Now in Polomolok, she and the Galeries Tower Highrisers have a chance to turn things around here in set 3. 7-and.
Jana Ihido, daghang salamat. Alam mo, if you come from these parts, or whether you come from Iloilo or Cebu, then you have a game as a professional, you come back here to your home province, it's really special. It's nice to see family, friends. Pagod ka lang, kakakolekta ng ticket, maghahanap ka ng ticket, but that's a small inconvenience.
Feels good to be close to home, if it isn't your home, but at least in that region.
Okay.
But I think even for those who aren't from here, from Polomolok or from Mindanao, ang sarap pa rin talaga mapuntahan yung mga iba-ibang lugar, no?
Oh,
dito
absolutely.
sa Pilipinas.
Deloria will serve as we continue to welcome you to delicious pineapple country here in Polomolok, South Cotabato.
Ooh, what a serve.
Parang spike ka.
Para na nasa attack line siya nang galing. Huwag niyo siyang gagalitin.
Oo, masama pala magalit yun. In the meantime, kept alive. Tinaas, well done.
Great coverage.
Another long rally.
How can you even defend that?
Alam mo si Joanna, pag masungit yung mukha niya, mas magaling siya eh. Tapos tatawa.
Full
Swing.
approach,
Yeah.
full swing, that wind up, that's really where she gets the power from.
And what a powerhouse set of batteries for NXLED with Pablo and Sabete just combining nicely. Hello, Regalo. Hindi na itusok. Tinaas, blocked and sealed. As that is the 7-point now of Galeries.
Well-earned point there for Galeries. Ganun yung mga kailangan nilang gawin. You have to be relentless. I mean, di mo makuha sa una. Subukan mo makuha yung punto sa ibang paraan.
That is so correct. Ang varied ng angles ng atake ng NXLED.
And that applies to all the attackers, because we've seen Pablo do that, Carino, Escamillan.
3 ball, hindi pinilit, is-set. Oh, nicely done. Floor defense has been airtight since the first set for NXLED actually. Blocked. Hello. And unfortunately, it has to end in that fashion.
Yan ang mahirap na parte, ano? If you're trying to put the ball over but it's really close to the net.
That is never easy, ha? Tingnan niyo to, ha? Ito yung sinasabi ni Anne. Dikit eh. Pam. Tapos, yan. Kung may space konti, baka pwede pa i-swing. Pero, but easier said than done. We have number 9. This is Permentilia seeing another stint on the floor. She had a couple of miscues earlier. But she's back. Again, we are in a tournament wherein everybody has to play. But is Permentilia going out? Or they will just formalize the exit? Alam mo ang reason ba't matagal yan? Very simple. Sinusulat kasi. One day, computerized ng lahat yan.
Manual pa yung ano natin.
I think it helps also na manual because in sequence ka nagsusulat. I think. I theorize. Of course, if you talk to Sharon Malonzo, our tournament director, he will put it into proper perspective. It's pushed up. MJ battling in the middle there. Does Myla get the ball? She has no striking approach. Myla swings and pushes it up. Laure Carino doing a good job. Floor defense just so solid. Regalo, no opportunity though. And Jay ends the madness.
In that rally though, ang ganda nung nakita nating depensa, no? Floor defense, net defense.
Everything was there. Just has to end. However, Tolentino saying, let's go home, MJ. Finish it.
Really great call to set up low, set up quick.
Saka, di ba, yung activate the middles quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, di ba? And if you want quick points, take care of that middle right away. Feed it. 12-7. However, Tolentino sends it into the waiting arms of the net.
This is one of the more comfortable leads that we've seen,
Yeah.
at least here in this game.
Of at least 5 points, huh? Kanina, because it's now been cut down to 4. Good pass. Reverse. And hits it out. Is that Pontillas? Yes, it is. You can tell kahit na forma pa lang eh.
1 point at a time, I
Yes.
think, for Galleries, you know.
That's the best approach, you know, huh?
Oo, eh. Right now, they have to go to the most efficient attacker. They need to get those points in.
Tolentino. On the other hand, NXLED is thinking, let's find some ways to score. And Permentilia joins the party, gives a new 4-point lead for the Chameleons.
Blockers were late on the side of Galleries. Permentilia took advantage of that.
Shara May Permentilia. Oh, regalo. Solid.
Sabi niya, thank you.
Gusto ko na muwi. 49. And Galleries needs to rehuddle.
Nawawala yung depensa natin. Outside spiker, kasama natin kung saan humaharap. Tignan nyo kung ano yung ginagawa ng kalaban nyo. Okay, tignan nyo kung saan humaharap, doon nyo siya harangin. Then yung mga check ball, dahan-dahan lang. Tapos, sige lang, middle, sipagan ng pasok, sipagan ng atras. Malayo pa yan, malayo pa yan.
Ang nalata ko sa volleyball ng coaching, endless teaching. Yung basic skills, reminding players what to do strategically and individually.
You should never get tired of repeating those. Because sometimes, you really, talagang basics, going back to the basics.
Diba kung minsan nga, di ba, nakita natin pagka iba't ibang liga ang ginagawa natin. Lagi sinasabi, first ball, pasa muna tayo, which is elementary to this game as we now have Deloria producing the 10th point of Galeries, trying to knock on the door, hoping to at least stretch this to a 4th. But they're down currently by 4. Pushed high. Pontilla sends it to the other end, and we have a score. And Deloria beginning to percolate here.
She is very efficient. She just didn't get enough sets earlier.
Yes.
Let's see if...
And to be fair to Julia Coronel, baka yung rotation hindi rin umikot eh.
Oh, possibly also. But now that the positioning or the rotation is in their favor, and they're playing catch up, they should though.
They should max that out. Meanwhile, MJ Phillips is drawn out just before she serves. If I see it correctly, it's Ogunsanya who will come in.
Serving for the Chameleons, Aduke Ogunsanya.
Katuwa ako when she speaks in Ilonggo.
Oh, that was a good serve.
Good set.
Oh, but an even better play.
Yeah. Baliton beginning to find her rhythm here.
I think that's what Galeries also needs to do. Tanggalin yung predictability.
You know, you're right. Parang from an offensive standpoint, if ikaw ang kalaban, alam ko na gagawin ito.
And we've seen it dahil yung blockers ng NXLED nababasa yung kanilang atake.
So accurate. In the meantime, we hit the second technical timeout. It's currently 16-12. NXLED trying to saw it all up in 3. We're still here at the Polomolok Gymnasium in South Cotabato, and just a beautiful, beautiful facility. Maayong hapon inyong tanan, mga kaigsuonan, mga kaibigan natin, mga kamag-anak natin. Uy, kita ka sa TV! Uy, dali. Kukurutan pa no? At maraming salamat sa inyong pagpunta sa PVL on tour, and you inspire us to bring the games back here again soon. But here we are, 3-set threat by NXLED. They are in front by 4 here in the third, and playing smoothly here, if we may say so.
Oh, nice
cut. Yes, indeed.
Here we see Deloria really putting in the effort also to look for those open spots. No? Ayaw niya maging predictable na lahat ng kanyang palo ay down the line, which she's done quite a few times today.
At basang-basa yung eskinita na yun. Matraffic, bahado sa ibang kalye, dito tayo dumaan. And Deloria giggly about the whole thing and delighted more than anything else. Keep in mind, last time around against Farm Fresh, she erupted for 24. In the meantime, the chase down. Return, that's inside.
Things working well here for Galeries. Getting that block point.
Knocking at the door now. Pontillas will serve.
Well, they need to win this third set.
Si Aisa siguro yung isa sa mga unang tatlo na yung pangalan na sa years natin pagkakoverage. One of the first. Look at this. 3 straight points now. And to be fair, one of the hardest things to do sometimes is to close the match. That was already a 4-point lead, but that has been erased. The southpaw serve one-handed set. Tossed high by Baby Love. Hello. Kept in play.
Oh, off the block.
(17-15). NXLED regaining a 2-point lead. De Guzman will serve. This attack, controlled by Cayuna, becomes a set. Full swing, thwarted. Gene Asis gets back to scoring. One-point lead. Fernandez nowhere to go.
What a strong serve.
Tapped over, kept in play. Oh, well done.
Through the blockers.
Alam mo, this has been the trend of this match. Didikit yung Galleries, gagawa ng paraan ang NXLED. Umiwalay ulit. Hindi makatabla itong Galleries or take the lead. Here's Jack Acuna. Oh!
That's something you don't want to happen, but the poor passing gave that point to NXLED.
Permentilla quick to apologize to the other side. No harm intended.
Talagang nakakagigil lang naman talaga kapag
naman.
makita mo na
regalo.
tatawid.
Oo, regalo kasi. Kasi ang regalo, pag hindi mo pinalo agad at malakas at madiin, magiging toss eh. Lalambot eh. 2016, papalapit ng palapit sa dulo, ang kupunan ng NXLED and the Chameleons have a 4-point lead. Galleries requesting for a timeout. Gusto ko yung approach ni Clarence Esteban. No? Alam mo, so easy to lose your cool, pero teaching eh. Trying to be as calm and as patient as possible. Hindi masama nilalaro, may halo lang malas at malakas yung palo ng kabila eh. At saka tama kaan yung mga service errors nila kanina, masyadong telling. Ito, mabutasan pa sila.
Ngayon yung coverage, I think very important for Galleries because you have to anticipate. Ang blockers ng NXLED will really try to stop it at the net pa lang.
Correct. Ito, 5-point lead by the Chameleons. But this is outside and that will make it a 6-point lead. Saka ako minsan pag out of town game, pagtalo. Sa bus pa lang malungkot na eh. Pagdating sa aeroplano, malungkot din. Sige, check-in mo na ako. Pasalo, bayaan mo na sila.
Mahirap naman talaga.
Oo naman.
Ito, tingnan natin kung maididikit nila. I mean, it is not gonna be easy with this lead from NXLED.
Naku, hindi nakatayo agad si Aiza.
Oh, that one is out.
(22-17). Jeff Gayuna can really just pick his spots. And here are some of the other players who not lined up for today. Is that Brooke Van Sickle that I saw?
That was her, and I think they are enjoying this match.
Wait, kasama sila sa trip eh. Kasi yung training tuloy eh, no?
Oo, tuloy. Samantala, tuloy din ang pagsubok nitong Galleries. They haven't had a solid attempt.
Ay!
Ito na, sabi ni Coronel. Ito ba?
Tama na. Gusto kong miscore.
Both setters from two teams trying to contribute. Nauna si Kayuna kanina eh. No? Humabol tong si Coronel bago matapos ng game.
NXLED. And here comes Coach Guidetti. You can actually imagine what he's about to say right now.
Our 3 meters, cash them. Ready, Gel. Move the middle, play reverse. We got one block. Go dear, kill them all. Here we go. Ready, guys. So. Chameleons.
Jel Kayuna is not interested in the pineapples for now. She wants to go home. She wants to end
secure the win.
Yeah,
diba?
manalo muna tayo.
Dapat pala nakapagbilin, ano? Dami niyan eh.
Si Jana Ehido ang bibwisiting ko. Hoy, dala kang pinya kasing laki mo. Oh! No, pero bilib ako sa mga girls natin. Si Kyla, si Jana. Taller than who they are. No? Pag nakita mo, cute lang pala.
Cute lang?
Oo, tama na yun. Kako ano pa masabi ko. 22-19. Nice set.
Oh, look at that.
Nice set. Alam mo eh.
Pag sa gitna, nagkaroon ng pagkakataon. Again, di naman lahat kailangan paluin, ano?
Binaon lang eh, no?
Binaon lang. Alam mo, kanina pinag-uusapan natin yung highlights. We're looking at, the players on the floor. Sabi nga natin, matangkad tignan sa TV, but I'm sure yung mga kasama natin dito, pag nakikita nila ngayon in person. Ang tatangkad ng ating mga...
You stand beside them in the hallway or when we're opening on the floor. You see how tall Filipinos are. You sinasabi mo generational. Oh, and here we are, arriving at, I think, match point.
NXLED is now at match point. Serving for the match, Jules Tolentino.
We thought it would be something that would extend, but,
but
NXLED really taking control.
They played a precise game here today. And inside, they get a reprieve, 1 set point save.
For Galleries, though, it wasn't such a bad game.
No, it wasn't.
Kasi kung tinignan mo yung stats kanina, no, they just felt it was a good matchup in the first set. In the second set, they just lacked a bit on the offense.
And we're done. And winning in straight sets. NXLED 25-23, 25-23, 25-20. And they will bring home for all of us lots of pineapples. All kinds. Pure Gold, always Panalo. Play of the set brought to you by Pure Gold. So Pure Gold, always Panalo. And we'll wrap up this game in Polomalok and get you ready for second game later on. Kari against Choco. But in the meantime, straight sets win by NXLED.
jud kago sa kabatalyon diri. Of course, your loved ones are present here right now. Unsa man ang imong masulti sa crowd diri sa Polomolok Gym karon?
Mayong gabi sa tanan! Daghan kayong salamat sa pag-adto karong adlaw o pag-support kanunay sa PVL teams. Supportahan pa ninyo ang Galeries o kung uban pa na team sa PVL. O guys, ako family!
Murag nag-enjoy jud tanan diri like ano. And of course, let's talk about the game. Unsa may feeling nga bibo kaayo ang atong crowd diri sa Polomolok karon?
Grabe na ako happy kasi first time nanood ng family ko ng laro ko sa PVL and sobrang grabe yung support na naramdaman ko ngayon kahit kinapos man kami pero grabe, sobrang saya nila. Thank you po.
And of course, napamoy mga stops na doon sa PVL on tour. Unsa man imong gina-look forward to pa? Unsa pa imong gina-look forward to diri sa PVL on tour with Galleries?
More wins for the Galleries and sobrang saya ko. Kasi sobrang na-overwhelm ako sa pag-support ng family ko talaga today.
Okay, enjoy that support. Enjoy your time with family, Laika. Congratulations. All right, and now it's time for our player of the game here in Polomolok from the NXLED Chameleons, Jel Cayuna. Jel Cayuna with 16 excellent sets and 4 points. Jel, congratulations. Ano yung pakiramdam na makapaglaro in front of this crowd here in Polomolok na punong-puno yung gym?
Okay na mag-Bisaya.
Of course.
Una sa tanan, salamat kaayo sa init nga pagdawat sa mga ingani day kalami mo dula dere, grabe ka supportive ang mga crowd. Thank you so much.
Murag maka-feel jud ta sa support sa mga tao dire. Unsa man imong masulti o sa ka-message dire sa mga Polomokenyo?
Daghang salamat kay gidawat mo ninyo gipangga mi ninyo kaayo mga players and unta nga nakabalik kami sunod. And o kung di man may makabalik, unta ma-experience sa ubang team kung unsa mo ka mapanggaon. Daghang salamat.
And of course, Jel, naapa mo yung mga Lanao del Norte nga stop sunod sa NXLED. Would you like to invite the fans na tanaawon pa mo diri sa PVL on tour?
Sorry?
Invite the fans.
Sa lahat po ng nanonood ngayon, patuloy niyo po kaming suportahan sa mga games pa namin, sa mga natitira pang games namin, and maraming salamat po sa suporta.
Congratulations once again, Jel Cayuna, our player of the game from the NXLED Chameleons. 7-9.
Pilipino lang ang nakapagsalita ng 4 na lingwahe at nagkakaintindihan lahat. Di ba? Di ba?
Galing di ba? Ang galing ng
Why
Timor.
problema ang gapon? 25, 23, 25, 23, 25, 20. Diretso ang pagdaog sang NXLED today. Well, they put on a classy defensive game.
Oh yeah, they did a really good start. Just unable to sustain throughout up until the third set. Meanwhile, NXLED just really showing us a lot of maturity, especially in this game. They were able to take control. They have lapses, but quickly recovered. I think also, ito yung sinasabi na natin, a lot of the substitutions had to happen strategically, but I think for NXLED, they were able to manage the substitutions quite well.
And I like the fact that you mentioned Galleries had their chances, but could not pull across, could not overtake NXLED in the course of this 3-set win of the Chameleons. So, first loss of Galleries after winning against Farm Fresh, and that will improve the Chameleons to 2-1, if I'm not mistaken. In the meantime, that'll be it for Remulia Kanda and me for this first game. We just take a quick look at the numbers, and errors, halos pareho pa lang, ano?
Oh, actually, you know, if you look at the numbers, I think the only skill department where NXLED was able to create separation was really on the attacks. But everything else, halos napantayan yan ng galleries, blocking, aces. I think ultimately it was just really being able to score when it mattered in the crucial parts.
Exactly.
That's where galleries fell short.
Okay, and again, Andrew Mulyakanda and Jana Ejido, thank you for joining us. Sarmenta saying, Mix Gomez and Ayel Estranero, and still Jana Ejido will be with you for Choco against Sakari as the PVL continues to roll on tour over there in Polomolok, South Cotabato.